right. Hey, good morning, everybody. It's well below freezing, and some of our listeners, some of our participants are in some snowy areas. Um, that's they get every year, but this is one of the first snows of the year. So congratulations, and hope you're staying safe and warm. So today's conversation is about understanding you. Napoleon Hill had something called a self-assessment. And conversation today is a little bit about that. So get your notebooks out, get yourself out, get your head centered, focused, and ready for more. Yeah, just want to share with you some ideas, some thoughts, some concepts, because you deserve more. You deserve to take care of you right now. Yeah, how y'all doing this morning? We had an amazing mastermind. For those of you that are not part of the mastermind, this is a little bit of bragging on my part. We had an incredible session this past weekend with those souls who said they're tired of not having all that they want and all they believe they deserve. So yeah, it was a 2-hour session on developing your definite major purpose. So I think the videos are still live on YouTube. They'll be going unlisted later on today. For those who would like to learn more about that, reach out to me and you can learn how to become part of the mastermind. So let me get my notes over here. These over here. What's the temperature where you're at? I'd be curious to find out the temperature where you're at. Write that in the chat. Good morning, everybody on YouTube. Good to have you here. Let me look at one more note here. I've been doing a lot of cool things. Let's see here. There we go. So, all right. Do you have your goals written out? You know, they say they did a Harvard study. I don't know that they ever did a Harvard study. The research, the deep research that I've done where they talk about people wrote down their goals and for 20 years they tracked them. The information they discern from it, or they tell us that they did from this study, is that the 3% who wrote down their goals, only 3% of the people wrote down their goals, achieved more than the combined 97% who didn't write down their goals. So create a demand for yourself, right? What's the demand you have for yourself? What do you mean, Sean? Are you a action person or a reaction person? When I say creative, or what Hill said, talked about create a demand for yourself, the thing that means to me is to make sure that you have the ability to achieve the objective of your life. Create a demand to develop the skills, the talents, the techniques. Stop delusional thinking. Delusional thinking is what kills most people's dreams before they ever get started. And what do I mean by delusional thinking? Well, when Mason was little and he was 10 years old and he wanted, I said, what do you think you want to do? What's your goal for income? What's your goal for money this year? He said, I want $1 billion. Now, there's a big difference between stopping delusional thinking and making sure that you're having a conversation with somebody about the actions they can do. So the demand on him to go create $1 billion wouldn't be a fair demand to put on him. He's really not generated income before, right? His idea of creating income was birthday cards. So what is the continuous action you're going to do towards your attainment? What's the skill? What's the biggest skill you need to demand from yourself so that you can have more of what you want? I'm in sales. I'm in sales training. So I'm in what some people would say two of the most difficult challenges, two of the most difficult industries. Now, I dealt with things that were highly how do you say it? Hazardous. I was a water blaster, owned a water blasting company, high pressure water blasting. You know, the guys that go up and climb those towers to change out the light bulbs, that they're 500, 600, 700 foot, 800-foot towers. That was the job that was more dangerous than what I did and what I had my employees doing. The reason I say I understand dangerous is I understand there's physical danger and there's mental danger. And the way that we offset the mental danger of becoming good, becoming great at something, is we become delusional about it. And we don't demand the best from ourselves. So the skills I need to learn is I need to understand human nature. I need to be able to establish a rapport almost instantly. I need to be able to determine those who are ready, willing, and able, not just two of those. Most people get excited when they get 2 out of the 3. Ready, willing, and able. Most people are ready. Most people are willing. They're not able. Most people are able. They're ready, but they're not willing, right? So when you have to get all 3 of those, I have to get all 3 of those in order for me to provide the value that I can provide. So my demand is to constantly understand the human mind, constantly delve into the understanding, to listen to people, to accept them where they're at. So a lot of times when people set their goals, they're audacious goals. The average brain can handle double of whatever. Right? The average brain can handle, when we're talking finances, they can handle double. So if you made 100 grand last year, your brain can fairly easily wrap its arms around 200,000. The first demand of yourself is to not be delusional. I have people sometimes who say, well, I want to create $50,000 in my network marketing business. Awesome. How much did you create last year? Well, none. Okay. Well, what's the most income you've ever created in your life? Well, I've had jobs that are $50,000. Okay. So now you need to learn a new skill set. Your mind can wrap its arms around the 50K. But there's people I know who come into network marketing because their upline is very good at what they do. And they have the lifestyle and they've been in it for 30 years and they're comparing their chapter 1 to this person's chapter 32. It doesn't go well for them. So the first step that Napoleon Hill talks about, your self-confidence formula, is create a demand for yourself. What is the demand? What is the thing you're going to work towards? That starts right now, right? Napoleon Hill said that begin where you are. You won't know it's wrong until you start taking action, like a GPS. You don't know you're going right. You plug in the destination, it has all of the satellites, and until you start moving, can it tell you if you're going the right way? Does that make sense? Next one, this is where Joseph Campbell has something called the hero's journey. And in the hero's journey, the first step in the hero's journey is answering your call. The second step is refusal of the call. And this second step, called daily visualization, where you take half an hour, and dream in detail, in full color, in full stereo, in full sound, in full taste, in full emotional feeling. Because what you think about and think about, you bring about. So, did you visualize yet? And the most powerful time to visualize is upon your waking, because otherwise habitual actions jump into place. So Hill says, realize dominating thoughts of the mind will eventually reproduce themselves outward. So if you have a attitude of I'm right, they're wrong, your dreams are going to wind up saying you're right, your old story's wrong, and you're going to struggle, you're going to suffer. Tony Robbins talks about the human needs, not Maslow's hierarchy of needs. This is Tony Robbins' 6 human needs: certainty, uncertainty, significance, love, and connection. you will experience all four of those before you can go on to growth and contribution. The challenge is most people never leave the significance, or they never leave the certainty. If you live, which 90+% of the population live in certainty and significance, your life will be guaranteed in pain. So how do you deal with that? What do you do with that? You have to deal with uncertainty. You have to maybe have to revisit your outbound goals so that you can start. Because to write numbers down on a sheet of paper, I was dealing with somebody in where was it? Macedonia. I think it was Macedonia. And they were a wildly successful businessman. And they wanted to create a $2 million network marketing business. It didn't go so well because he was still trying to run a business. He needed customers. He was a medical physician of some sort. Maybe it was cardiology. Anyways, a very specific, very detailed, very educated individual. And he just struggled. Then they said the profession doesn't work. Profession does work. All professions work. They may have limitations in the ability to generate the income you need, but all professions work. The question is are you willing to redesign yourself? Are you willing to sit into uncertainty, to have yourself a new place, a new space as you go through? Second one is daily visualization. Are you visualizing? Are you spending time sharpening your saw? Third one is time-bound commitment. Everything that happens in your life happens through autosuggestion. Everything repetitive happens through autosuggestion. So if there's some new skills, new talents, new ideas for you in order for you to get to the next level, one of the first things you're going to have to do is set a timeline. A goal without a date, I think Jim Rohn said this, a goal without a date is simply a wish. So Napoleon Hill talks about the definite major purpose and doing it in a 12-month period. 12 months from now, what's a major date from now, right? My bride's birthday is on the 5th, yesterday. So I would say if I were starting something on or before Michelle's birthday, 2026, it gives me a date. It's something that I know exists rather than 12 months from now. That's not specific enough. So we need to use this through auto-suggestion. Any desire that persistently holds in my mind, I will eventually seek its expression through some practical means of attaining the object back of it. This is what Wallace D. Wattles talks about in the book Science of Getting Rich. It's not about doing certain things. It's about doing them in a certain way. It says there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made. And this thinking stuff permeates and penetrates and fills the inner spaces of the universe. A thought held in this substance is produced by the thought. It's produced by the thinking stuff. Everything you've ever had in your life, everything you're ever going to have in your life, everything everyone around you has ever had in their life or going to have in their life begins in thought. So you have a certain amount of time between now and arrival date for something to happen. This time-bound commitment is part of our lives. If you order a cup of coffee and it takes 10 minutes, don't you say, excuse me, I think I'm pretty sure I ordered a cup of coffee. Oh, I forgot about it. Let me get it for you. If we're checking up on the time it took for our coffee or our order to come, and we don't check up on our dreams or our desires or our wants or our wishes, we're not checking up on those things, and we wonder why we struggle. So 1, demand on yourself. 2, daily visualization. 3, time-bound commitment. 4, write out your goals. How many of you wrote out your goals this morning? I kind of, if you look at it, could have been, I could have wrote them out. I could slide saying I wrote them out today because I wrote them out after midnight again. But I have to write them out again this morning. I wrote out my definite major purpose. Where's that book? So just to give you an idea of what my definite major purpose sounds like. Oh, this book got bent. I'm in the celebration of December 31st, 2025, December 31st, 2025. I, Sean G. Murphy, am so happy and grateful now that I am receiving over $500,000 annually, $42,000 monthly, in continuous residual income from my globally operating coaching and consulting company, as well as my live events and speaking opportunities. I achieve this value added work by creating daily focused task list and mental focused time, and effortlessly accomplish, and this is what happens when you write late, and excel daily at my task. I complete with joy 2 reach outs per day, an hour of meditation, an hour of media promotions, as well as my morning show. I experience joy and excitement knowing my effort is bringing unique value to any and all who listen and actively participate. See, one of the things that a lot of people say, well, I do my events, I do my trainings, I do my conversations. Well, is your audience actively participating in your conversation? Otherwise, you're just talking to a wall. I am growing stronger and healthier, more vibrant each and every day because of my commitment to maximizing my health by putting the best food into my body and brain. I am a 202-pound, lean, fit, muscular example of focus and determination. I possess the world-class skills to building my companies, and I use laser-focused discipline and emotional awareness to create compounding daily success. I know I am worthy, smart, creative, and handsome, and getting better and better every day, every way. I am an active listener who hears with love and compassion and responds with courage and kindness. I am patient and curious when dealing with others, and they feel the respect and honor that I have for each of them. As an accumulation of all these skills and talents, I am experiencing such joy, abundance, and growth each day that I am 100% confident I will arrive at my goals sooner, healthier, and richer than I thought. The ranch continues to grow and expand the valuable resources for guests to use. I giggle every time I grab the keys to the 75 horsepower. This is funny, right? World-class speaker trainer, excited about our 75 horsepower Kubota enclosed AC and heated cab with a bucket to move the things around on the ranch. The ranch money account has over $50,000 to use for expansion and special events. All outstanding actions and unseen blocks are now working and moved into my success column. Every day, the vibration is attuned to my goals and dreams. I can feel myself in all possession of all my dreams and wants, and it feels energizing, healthy, highly emotional, and I love it. My family is healthy and happy. I am filled with love and joy. Each quarter, we take our mini vacation with our friends and family so we can grow our connections and success. Thank you, God. It is done. I'd ask you, what did you notice about that? See, those are pretty clear. Those are pretty specific. Do yours sound like that? If not, you may want to hang out with me a little bit more. The reason that you might be struggling is because they're not that clear. They're not that defined. They don't have that excitement to them, right? People just say, I want to create $1 million. I'm going to create $2 million, $10 million business. And the universe goes, okay, show me. Show me you really want it, right? And the 5th step is taking action. Got to wrap up here. So realize that no wealth or position can long endure unless it's built upon trust and justice. Truth and justice. Belief and justice. See, some of us are asking, when's it going to be when am I going to get my turn? When is my break going to happen? Ever asked that? I know I have. And the reason that happens is because I'm not operating out of truth. I'm not operating justfully towards myself. I'm scrolling. I'm eating the ice cream and I'm not getting healthy. I'm not doing my push-ups or drinking my water or connecting with my friends. But I say I want a big organization. How many of you thanked people in your organization yesterday? How many of you thanked your friends for being friends? Einstein said the reason to his success is because he was grateful for the shoulders he stood on. He would say thank you at least to 100 people a day. He would find situation to where he could say, be grateful 100 times a day. Yesterday, I know I was short yesterday of my 100. I know I was short because I was focusing on me. It was a day of meanness. So what if you will commit to engage in no action, no transaction that doesn't benefit all? In Science of Getting Rich, it's called The Expanding Man, the chapter called Expanding Man. Expansion of mind, making sure that you give to more in use value than you ever receive in money value. That's one of my commitments. Any dollar you spend with me, I in my mind and to you, I have at least a 10x benefit. Some people are spending 15K on a mastermind with me. And that 15K, I got to make sure they get at least 150K back. My goal is to never be an expense. To never be you had to pay me money. Oh, you got to pay me money. I'm that good at what I do. I know that. And I'm confident enough to say that I can get you the return. If you can show me the business model that you want to go work with, I can help you work with it. You know why? Here's a secret. Come here. Because it deals with people. I've spent 40 years helping people uncover their potential. I've no doubt I can serve you and you reaching your goals. So here's the formula, right? Read your goals and success at least twice a day. Spend 30 minutes visualizing your ideal self. Dedicate 10 minutes to developing the self-confidence. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the gold mine of golden nuggets. You developing your own personal self-confidence. You can't do that by simply writing out your goals or dreaming them or even visualizing. You have to work on your self-confidence. You have to look at where you're being held back, where your chains of possibility are attached to you. You got to review and update your written goals regularly. Me, I update my goals weekly. A tweak here, a tweak there, right? If you were to go get the dream vehicle that you wanted, and it's the perfect color, it's the perfect engine size, but the interior was pink, and maybe you love pink. Maybe it's charcoal or red or something. It's what if the interior wasn't what you wanted? Would you go, oh, okay? Listen carefully. If you do not demand from yourself the excellence that you are expecting from yourself, two different things. A lot of times we go, how many of you have ever gotten a meal at the restaurant and said, oh, well, I ordered this. I ordered baked potato and you gave me fries. Oh, okay, I'll take it back. You're like, no, it's okay. It's okay. There's certain times where that just makes sense. If you're in a table and you're the last one to get served and everything else, understand that you are doing it not because they never, how many people do you go out to dinner with? They say, they never get my order right. And I say, you're surprised? But if you're going to go work towards a goal and it's not the right color interior or it's not the right size, my mom had us so wired, I would never send anything back. Now I owned a restaurant. I've owned restaurants as well. And everybody's afraid, well, they're going to spit my food, this, that, or the other. I don't know that to have. I'm sure it happens, but you got to be a real jackhole to want to make somebody spit in your food or whatever, right? My point is, if you know that sometimes they get your order wrong, it ain't their fault. If you go places and you go into business models or income campaigns or companies, and you're going to use their tools to get your success, and you keep saying their comp plan doesn't work, their company doesn't work, their owners are jerks, and you say that about everything you're in, it's kind of like the guy that went to the doctor and said, Doc, I don't know what's wrong with me. Here it hurts, here it hurts, here it hurts, here it hurts. The doctor says, let me look at you. He says, you know what your problem is? You got a broken finger. The problem's you. And you got people trying to fix symptoms that don't exist. It's time to look in the mirror. So that's a conversation about self-confidence formula, working on you each and every day. You can Google it. Hill's got all that information out there, and it's old enough that you can find it just about anywhere on the internet. So YouTube, I love you tons. I appreciate you. I'm going to go have a conversation with some VIP groups in the morning. Tomorrow morning is a mastermind call. So if you are part of our mastermind, you'll be able to join us there. If not, you can reach out to me and find out, how do I become part of this Cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs for More mastermind group? I'll have a conversation with you. And know that each month that we continue to move forward, the expense, the investment you're going to make continues to go up because of the level of success that continues to happen inside the organization. So I appreciate you. I'm your head brain training, brain scrambling misfit. Go to SeanGMurphy.com, get on the email list so that you can be up to date on all happenings around. If you want access to a lot of my trainings right now, you can go to Sean's School, SKOOL.com, and access your no-fee account there right now as well. I appreciate you tons. I'm your head brain training, brain scrambling misfit. I'll see y'all where?